crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, we can find your way, babe. Yeah, take a look around you, we can find your way, babe. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice payday. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, own it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music a means to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your heart like it's topical. Now the pain is gone, the fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real game, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines we find out. And getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change your way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues.
He's heating up.
Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on their chin. Like Everson K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio put nuts on their chin. Like Everson K2
I am
cash.
the danger.
The crowd saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swolio, put nuts on their chin. Like Everson K2, get mountains of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My Benny's are blue, but the product is green. Check, 1, 2, ayy, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ayy, yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a high king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Not much just popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your monsters just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy.
Inconceivable!
New money coming soon. Yo, last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice.
In your general direction.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Bro, what the fuck? Holy, go fuck yourself.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2960 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beeshes, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everston K2 flexing on all you All right, what's going on, fam? Welcome to the Daily Swole. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. We are live on Rumble, YouTube, and X. And a couple of people are saying that Rumble's being a beesh. It's working 100% on my end, but that's not why I'm streaming on YouTube. I just decided if YouTube wants to ban the channel again, then we're already streaming on X and Rumble, so whatever. So you can watch it wherever you want. I decided to open that up, so we got people watching all over the place. Just make sure you hit the thumbs up button no matter where you're watching, and of course, if you like to catch the stream later, maybe you don't want to watch on one of those apps, you can go and you can watch on Spotify. Make sure you leave a 5-star review. You can also, listen on Apple Podcasts. So it's available. And I just decided, you know what? Let me just spread my seed. Let me just blast it everywhere again. I go through these phases. So, we've been on Rumble for a while. YouTube started censoring again because it's election season, but this was a few months ago. And, but now we're back. So decided to blast it everywhere. So enjoy wherever you want to enjoy. Let's say hi to the Tainty Man. Aww. And we also have the church. She's, where is she? She's snuggled up. There she is. Hi, baby girl. Very cute. So drop in the comments, fam, what are you smashing today? Today's Swole card is a very special one. It's a very special one because a lot of you are going through some shit, and you could drop in the comments. A lot of you go through a lot of crap. You put up with friends or family, negativity in your life. And I think there needed to be a Swole card that would set the record straight. Because remember, and I know, when you look at these Swole cards, you need to internalize it and then, of course, radiate that outwards. So when you get the Swole card, when you win the Swole card, what are you thinking of when you look at it? How is that impacting you going to the fucking gym? How is that impacting you crushing your 7 pillars? And is that Swole card serving you well? And a lot of you put them on your walls. You could drop in the comments where you put your Swole cards. But today's Swole card is very special. And I want all of you to drop this hashtag in the comments. No matter what happens, people give you bullshit, Rumble's not working well, or whatever it is, it doesn't matter because you are too swole to care. Too swole to care. And that's the number 2. Too swole to care. And I actually think that this is going to be a shirt. This needs to be a shirt. Too swole to care. Drop that in the comments. We'll give the Swole card away at the end of today's episode. Too swole to care. Now let's get on into that tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. First, let me take a little sip of my vegan tears. Need those electrolytes. Any vegans in the comments? I saw someone saying don't eat meat in the comments. Oh, for shame. Come on. Get the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. Eat that steak, baby. Eat that steak. Let's get into the first Swole Fam post. Are you ready?
What's in the box?
We got to take one from Chris. And Chris, if you don't know, he's going to tell you a little bit about his story. He's been dealing with cancer. And of course, many more of you know, especially if you watch and listen to the show, you know that recently we lost a member of the Swole team and a really important and, keystone member of the Swole fam, Christy, to cancer about 2 weeks ago. So we wish Chris the best of luck, and let's get an update on his story. And of course, let me just say this, all right? Cancer or no, that's a fucking beard right there. That's a beard.
He's on fire!
All right? That is a beard. Just straight up. Healthy, cancer, whatever, that's a beard and a half. So respect for that facial hair, bro.
mad respect. Keep that going because that's going to get you through this. And we know that. All right, this is from Chris. Chris says, "Hey fam, hope everyone is well. Sorry I'm not smiling, but I'm at the hospital today where my cancer treatments are in a stall right now. They're deciding to take care of some other issues. Have stenosis in my neck from C2 down through C6, and they're putting me under in a few to try some gel something injections and steroid injections in my cervical spine to try and work on some neck issues that I've had that got worse since having to be hospitalized back on New Year's when they found my glioblastoma. I've been working out but can't push so much due to the issues that it causes to my neck and my left side. Still pushing through this journey, bound and determined to beat the fact they've labeled me permanently disabled and say that since January 3rd, I have what they said would only be 10 to 14 months to live. I say I got what I'm going to get, and it will be more with a few exclamation points. Love you, Swole fam. Sorry I haven't been around much. Just been trying to figure things out and get this new schedule of life going. I'm still here and not going anywhere. Hashtag fuck cancer." So a round of applause. And obviously, this was in the Swole fam Facebook group. So those of you, look, I mean, we're still getting over the Christie situation, and Chris has been battling this for even longer, and he's doing great. Obviously, there's ups and downs and this kind of stuff with treatment. Everyone's different, and sometimes it's touch and go. But what I do really appreciate from Christy, from Chris, and from anyone else that shares their stories inside the Swole fam over on swolenormousx.com. If you want to join or you want to learn more, check it out. What I really appreciate is the willingness to share these sensitive times and these really personal moments, because like I've said, over the past couple weeks, it's just important to get that perspective. I'm always telling you guys to share your stories, share your successes, share your failures, just share, because you never know how it's going to impact other people. And I know, for one, I read these stories every day on the show. I know that when I'm reading these stories, it helps me go and train. And yes, I have a gym. I have a gym in my house, in my backyard. I have all these. I still have to push myself to get out there when it's rainy, when it's nasty, and I just kind of feel sluggish. It happens when you're training regularly and you're trying to do all these things and push yourself physically. And obviously we're doing a lot of streaming and we're doing round tables and all this other stuff. And of course, personal, right? We don't talk a lot about that here on the show. I don't get into that. Because that's for me, that's why it's called personal. But you all have things that you deal with outside of just when we get together for the Swole fam, when we get together. And I appreciate you sharing the stories. And I'm telling you, if you have something that you want to share it, because it gives people inspiration. It helps people stay focused and push through the times that they're going through, because we're all going through shit. We all go through shit all the time. And, it's all relative, but it's important to share because you got people out there that care. And appreciate you sharing that, Chris. We wish you the best. Keep us posted. I think Chris is too swole to care. That's for damn sure. Christian says, "Guns, bacon, and freedom." Christian's back. Let's go. It's a hot, sweaty day in Texas. Got in a long walk this morning and a sick upper body pump. Love summer workouts, love all workouts, but I love the time I have to spend outside in the summer months. Get outside, fam, soak up some sun, breathe fresh air, and make damn gains. Let's fucking go.
Boom shakalaka!
Love the smiling Christian posts. Love it. Absolutely love it. So legit, Christian, appreciate you posting another one of those pictures. We've been talking offline and stuff like that about Christy, and Christian's part of the Swole team, and her and Christy were close and communicating all the time with our working out. So we're all getting through and finding our new normal, our new routine after those that tragic event. But appreciate the smiles, and I'm glad to see the smile again. Love it. Guns, bacon, and freedom. Great hat, great tank, great gains. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate you. And I love it. I love seeing it. Now, let's get into two more posts. So I know it's Thursday, but every week, send out an accountability text to members asking you guys, what are you doing to hold yourself accountable? What are you practicing this week, and getting specific? So it's not just, hey, I want to work on my nutrition this week. And you could drop this in the chat. Maybe you're not a member or you didn't answer the text in time, but what are you working on this week? What are you currently working on and how are you executing that? And I really like to get specific because everyone's going to say, I want to get stronger. Well, what are you going to do exactly to get stronger? I want to make sure I'm recovering enough. What does that mean? Does that mean you're not getting good sleep? Does that mean that you're going to do X, Y, and Z in the evening so you can get to sleep on time, so you can get more recovery? What does that mean? So get specific and get tactical, because when you put that out there, that's something that's going to anchor you to your promise to yourself. And you want to make sure you have integrity. You want to make sure you maintain that promise to yourself. Don't just say shit and then punch out. You want to make sure that you follow through. All right, hashtag too swole to care in the comments. We'll give that swole card away. I want to read 2 more of these posts.
What's in the box?
This one's from Ana Luisa. And she writes, Hi, Papa Swolio. Going to focus on my food this week, making sure I eat any leftovers so nothing goes to waste and to stick to the foods that don't bother me. Tuna salad on seaweed instead of on crackers. Hummus with veggies. Chicken enchiladas with no tortillas. With lettuce wraps instead, chicken with avocado and cucumbers, and cheese wrapped with meat. There we go. We got some meat in there. Instead of sandwiches, probably adding avocado to that as well. Just changing what I make so it doesn't have bread, tortillas, or the need to be fried. Might not be ideal, but I feel it's a start to me not eating as much processed food full of junk. I had a Pop-Tart this morning, and I've had heartburn the whole day. That's what I get for wanting to scroll down memory lane. Hope you guys have a wonderful week achieving your goals as well, fam. Thank you. Ana Luisa, I would love to see you go carnivore. I would love to see you go carnivore, even for a few months. Do a complete elimination. Just get yourself some more. It looks like you need more fat, right? You need more fat. You need more animal fats. Just from looking here, tuna's very lean. Hummus, you're going to get some polyunsaturated fats. Chicken enchiladas, not enough fat. Chicken with avocado, you're getting some fat. Avocado is a fruit. It's a real quality fat. Cheese wrapped with meat. What about meat and then cheese on the side? It just looks like you need some more beef. You need some more beef, more protein, but more animal fats. So just keep that in mind. I think you'll be more satisfied. A lot of times when people try to eat healthy or they think they're eating healthy, they go too much with protein and then they kind of have these cravings because they're not getting enough satiation from fat. Fat makes a huge difference. You get a lot of extra calories, will fill you up, but also a lot of energy, a lot of quality vitamins and minerals, especially with quality animal proteins and animal fats, like from animal sources. So just keep that in mind. Anna, maybe you're trying to fill in the gaps because you feel hungry. You don't feel quite satisfied. Keep in mind that you might need a little bit more fats there. Nettie says, Papa Swolio, getting more sleep. Here lately, I've only been getting 4 to 5 hours max. Ooh.
Wow.
And wonder why I'm tired. And I wonder why I'm tired. No, I don't wonder. You're not getting enough sleep. My goal is 6 to 7 at least. Upping my water intake. I've been slacking. I want to minimally at least get about 80 ounces, which doesn't sound like much, but I don't get much water if I don't have my hydro jug. Okay, so I wonder why you don't really say it here, Nettie. I don't know if you're watching live, but I don't know what this means in terms of why you're not getting enough sleep. So are you not resting enough? Are you not actually getting into deep sleep? You might need some sort of like magnesium supplement. Maybe it's some evening habits that you need to improve, or you're just not going to sleep early enough. So I'm wondering why you're not getting enough sleep more than the fact that you're getting 4 to 5 hours. Is that something that you can actually change? Or is it my schedule and I literally can't? And that's something that should change as well, because you're killing yourself not getting enough sleep. 4 to 5 hours is definitely not enough. It's going to jack up your hormones, but water intake, also electrolytes. And like I said, that can help you sleep, help you get to sleep, help you stay asleep and get deeper quality sleep is magnesium. I prefer at night, magnesium glycinate. And of course, more electrolytes overall will encompass magnesium. That's going to be an electrolyte. So if you're taking some sort of electrolyte supplement, that's going to help you with hydration. And 80 ounces is pretty good. At least you want to get half your body weight in ounces. That's a really good minimum. So if you're 150 pounds, at least 75, 80 ounces of water at minimum. The more you sweat, the more you exercise. Remember, more water isn't necessarily the thing. It's also electrolytes. And that's going to help you not drink as much, because you can still drink tons of water and be cramping and feel fatigued and dragging ass if you're not replacing those electrolytes. So get a good quality electrolyte supplement. I like Redmond Hydration. You could use Element, LMNT. There's probably a lot of other ones out there. Good sodium, magnesium, potassium combination. is really going to be beneficial. Try to get it unflavored so you're not getting sugar or artificial sweeteners and stuff like that. But make sure you're getting those electrolytes in because that's also going to be a component of hydration. Okay, let's get into 2 email responses. Don't feel like training today. We just talked about maybe not feeling like training. So if you're not feeling like training, whoa, super zoomed in. This is the email for you, and the links are down below. If you're not on the email list, it's free. You don't have to be a member to be on the email list. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Bo says, chest and shoulders today, first day back in the gym after a 6-month break due to unemployment. Don't want to go, but excited to go at the same time. Well, hopefully, if you go through the situation in the future, don't just not train at all. Practice yoga, go for a walk, do some push-ups and pull-ups at the park. Just stay healthy because that's going to keep you in a better state of mind too. And of course, physically. Ruben, don't feel like training today? Ruben says, hey, Swole fam, I'm going to do some yoga today to keep improving my flexibility and mindfulness. Tomorrow, it's time to hit the gym. Greetings from Argentina. Thanks for the comment. So remember, respond to the emails. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com and get on the email list. If you're not on the email list, I don't want you opening your inbox and not getting stretched out with some knowledge cock. So make sure you go to makeemailswoleagain.com, get on the free email list, and I'll be in there soon. Papa's coming. I'm coming. All right, let's get into some questions. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Drop it in the comments down below. Salty. All right, question time. So again, live questions. If you have it, drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. So let's get into question. ZFix on Instagram. On Instagram, Papa Swolio, how to become strong, ... question mark. You're getting a Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Why don't you get the hell out of here before I snap your dick off and jam it into your ass?
Fam, not going to address, can't really address how to become strong. Lift weights and then add more weights over time. It's not complicated. How to become strong. Lift weights, do 10 reps, and then put on more weights next time. Or repeat the 10 reps until you're getting 11 and then add a little bit of weight. It's just progressive overload. That's a very vague way to explain it. But how to become strong, that's how you become strong. Start lifting things, and then over time, lift heavier things, and you'll get stronger. Very vague question gets very vague. Vague questions get vague answers. If you're like, how do I get fit? I'm not going to spend much time on it. So please get more specific if you want a more specific answer. Dillbeck1 on Instagram. Papa Swolio, struggling to work on the underside of my chest, parentheses, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, I don't know how you identify. I really don't.
Boys have a penis, girls have
Maybe
vagina.
you don't identify as man. How do I build and tone the man boobs? Well, you can't spot reduce fat. So if you have gyno, if you have extra body fat, around your tatters, I'm not an expert on that. I've never dealt with it, but if you have very high estrogen or low T, that balance is off. It's very likely a lot of people have that through puberty or excessive obesity. But just building your chest, any chest press is going to do that for you. You could do dips, you could do chest dips, you could do decline, but you're really not going to target the lower pecs extra because even if you're doing incline, it's still going to be hitting all the fibers of your chest. What I would recommend is do a chest movement. You might like machines because you might get more of a stretch, it might be safer for you, and you can go heavier and more to failure if you're not having a training partner and so on and so forth. But the reason why machines or cables are great, it's because you can keep tension, or even like a pec deck machine is great because you can keep tension through the full range of motion and you get that convergence. So with the chest, yes, even if you're doing a bench with a bar or a machine where the handles don't come together, you're still getting tons of benefits. You're still going to build a big chest if you progressively overload. But if you have a machine, for example, or with the cables where it comes together, you're really going to get more of the action with the chest and really get a lot more development. So I would recommend those things. You can do decline presses, a slight decline on it with dumbbells or a bar, or a decline press machine or cables and you're pushing down. And you can do different things. It's not like you're going to do that and hit the lower chest any more than you would do with just like a flat press. But sometimes those different angles, you might feel a little bit more with your body structure. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. But even if you're just working on that area, it's not necessarily going to change the fact that you have those glands, right? Like if you have gynecomastia, it doesn't make that go away. It might actually make it more pronounced because you're pushing that outwards. So a lot of times only that would go away with surgery and stuff like that. So if that's what you mean, or if you just have fat on your body and it's not necessarily gyno, then you need to work on your nutrition and do an elimination diet, go carnivore for a few months, really cut out all these processed seed oils and vegetable oils and processed sugars and grains and stuff like that that cause so many problems. But it's not just that. It's also blue light. It's going to be synthetics and polyester and plastics, phthalates and parabens and all these other things that was the tainty man. Other lotions and shampoos and soaps and colognes and Axe body sprays and deodorants. People are just layering toxicity on themselves. Glade plugins, all these different things matter. So it's not like you use Glade plugins and you're going to have man boobs, but you're doing all those things and synthetic detergents with your dishes, with your clothes, dryer sheets and these waxes, and it's gross. You're doing 1,000 different things that add toxicity to your life. So removing as many as possible is a huge part of that as well. All right, on Roomblay, Stevo1Y. Papa Swolio, what do you use on your hair and beard? I always answer this question with I'm not sure what it is exactly, but what I would recommend, there's a couple good products out there. I'm trying to bring this on the screen. It just disappeared for a second. There's one good company. I think it's called Pure Zero. They have it's kind of like a minty, kind of had this kind of not menthol, but it was like a minty conditioner and shampoo. The other one, God, I forget the brand. For those of you that are members inside the Swolenormous Beauty Chat, Mama Swolio is in there and she's the expert. But what you want to do is make sure that you don't have mineral oils, you don't have parabens and phthalates, and you really want to get something that doesn't have any of those toxic chemicals. And what I will say about the beard, something like an organic jojoba oil is fantastic. And there's a lot of different, argan oil or sweet almond oil and all these other different things that maybe companies put in these beard oils for scent or for texture. Castor oil and stuff can be great. Rosemary oil. But just keep in mind that when it comes to hair, skin, nails, like I always say, it's going to come down to you eating better and sleeping better. So if your nutrition sucks, you could put whatever you want on your hair. It's only going to be so good because the foundation is not quality. So make sure that what your body is producing is as a result of quality nutrition going in. And that's going to come with a lot of quality animal proteins and fats. If you're not getting quality nutrition, people have sunken skin or they look frail and just their teeth are all fucked up because they're not getting quality minerals in their body from too many vegetable sources. Vegans usually look chronically unhealthy and they're mentally unstable. Most mentally unstable people out there, all the single ladies with blue hair that are rioting in the streets and all this nonsense that's going on in the world, a lot of them are vegans because ideology is powerful, but it's not optimal for human nutrition, my opinion, my experience, and many of your experience too. So we got a couple vegans in the comments crying about it. This is why I'm drinking your tears. Have a sense of humor. If you're a vegan, more meat for me. I don't really care. I don't.
Ever served in a forward area?
All right. Papa Swolio, Space Monkey Zane on Roomblay. Let's see here. Scrolling up to see if I have any questions on. Okay. What should my weekly gains be? Perhaps aim for 10% increase. I'm new to lifting, so I want to set a reasonable goal. My weekly gains be has nothing. Don't worry about that. If you're recovering enough and you're progressively overloading, you might do one more rep. I do sets with 5 reps, and maybe if I get the 6th rep, that's a huge improvement. If you do 7 reps and the next week you do 8, if 7 reps was the max that you can do, 8 reps, that's a huge improvement. So it's definitely not a 10% increase. You're not going to see a 10% increase every week. And different body parts, different things are going to be different. So it doesn't matter as long as you're over time, increasing in rep strength. So if that 100 pounds becomes 105, becomes 110, becomes 115, that's good. You're getting stronger. You're building muscle over time. But remember, when you first start, if you're new to lifting, so when you first start, you got newbie gains, but also when you do new exercises, there's also neuromuscular adaptations. So if you do a new exercise that you've never done before, you might lift 100 pounds on it, just throwing out a number. Let's say it's whatever, it doesn't matter, 6 reps, 10 reps, 100 pounds for X reps. The next week you might do 110 and the next one 120 or 130. And you're like, wow, I'm building a lot of muscle. No, you're not. You're just building neuromuscular adaptations. The coordination, the synchronicity of the firing of the motor neurons, the motor units in the muscles. You're just getting coordinated. It's like riding a bike. You don't get bigger in hypertrophy from riding a bike. You just get coordinated. So originally, you're going to do a new exercise. You're going to feel so sore, right? A new movement. I've never done that before. I've never done that machine. Holy fuck. But that soreness doesn't mean you're building muscle. It's just that initial like alarm shock reaction. And you're really only going to build muscle from a certain exercise or sequence of exercise over time after a few weeks. So if you're new to lifting, strength is going to improve before you have hypertrophic gains, or hypertrophy, I should say. Tainty Swole 11, Papa Swole, have you done blood work with any independent companies or only at the doctors? Doctors I've seen are useless and never give any good insight as to what can be optimal. Thanks, Papa. I would recommend, I'm going to be doing that soon. I'd recommend, I don't have necessarily a company specifically. There's a lot of, I don't want to call them influencers, but there's a lot of people that have affiliations with these online testing companies. And what you do is you pay for a test. It might be $500 or $800 or $1,000, whatever they charge, but it's a massive panel and it'll go over it goes over and it'll cover all the things that are important to check into, much more detailed than just going to the doctor for the basic surface level stuff with someone who's obese and doesn't know about performance medicine, is really, regurgitating shit and looking at numbers and digits from 70 years ago, just kind of this incestuous medical school nonsense that's been churned over and over and regurgitated and swallowed again. And this human centipede of, I should say, medical school centipede. And you want to make sure you have someone who understands these numbers in the context of someone who's healthy. And remember, a lot of these doctors are just looking at people that are sick all the time and morbidly obese. And it's not what it used to be. There's a lot of things with cholesterol and, stuff that's obvious to a lot of people now. And the veil has been lifted with the manipulation with data and the fear mongering with certain foods. Like you still have doctors out there that are promoting the food pyramid. So it's like, you really need to do your own research. And of course, if you do one of these tests, a lot of times you'll have an online consultation with a doctor, going over these different things. So you don't necessarily have to go through your medical insurance or whatever you do. So I would look into that because you'll get a lot more context and, don't undermine your ability to just use logic and common sense. And if you do have a great doctor, then maybe you can do this test through them. But that's how it usually works. You go to a LabCorp or one of those testing centers, with the kit, you order the kit, it comes, you go there, they do X, Y, and Z. They send it back to this company, they analyze it, and then you have a consultation. They go over all your numbers and stuff like that. So there's a lot of cool companies out there that do that. And again, with this technology and with this ability to kind of, choose with the telemedicine, you have a lot more options. And there's a lot of good stuff out there. I don't have the names on the top of my head, but there's a few out there that are pretty big. Mark says, last time I went to the doctors, they told me I should get the flu and COVID shot. Oh, yeah. That'll do it. Make sure you get the bird flu one, too. Let's see. Elizabeth says, Whole Foods sells that brand Pure Zero, and they've been on sale for a while. Cool. I didn't know that. Nice. So, check it out. Check it out. A couple more questions. Any other live questions? Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. Ant 123. There's lots of numbers. Papa Swolio, how do I get off cholesterol tablets and blood pressure tablets? It's my weight. Well, I can't tell you exactly what your situation is just based on this question. So talk to your doctor. Again, we were just kind of, ironically, I didn't even look at this question yet. We were just discussing that. So everyone on an individual level is different. Like your lifestyle habits and the numbers and the details based on what you do as a product of what you do and who you are and your medical history. You know, I'm not a medical practitioner, so I can't speak on that. So not medical advice, but definitely got to be eating healthier. And I'm not going to say carnivore is going to fix it, but you'd be surprised at how many people got off blood pressure meds that have changed their life by getting rid of all these processed oils and sugars. And you guys know the deal. So exercise, lifting weights, doing what you can as long as you're medically cleared, and getting off these inflammatory foods. But the problem is, you know, you go to these doctors, and just saying, you go to these doctors and you say, oh, I want to get off these pills. If you have high cholesterol, what does the doctor do? What does the doctor do? I have high cholesterol. Well, here's a pill. Even though high cholesterol is not necessarily a bad thing. What type of cholesterol? What's the context? Read the book, The Great Cholesterol Myth. It'll blow your fucking nips off. The more you learn, the more you realize how much everything's been manipulated. So they're just going to give you a pill. My blood pressure, here's a pill to lower it. And it could also cause other problems. Some of these pills cause or lead to higher rates of cancer or heart attacks and stuff like that. They're pulling medications off the shelves all the time because of other side effects. Are you taking a pill for problem A that's going to give you problem B? So proper nutrition, lifting weights, exercise, as long as you're medically cleared and all that stuff. We wish you the best. Let's see here. Oh, we'll talk about this question again because we just kind of talked about shampoo or conditioner and things like that. AL9087, what do you use to style your hair? Any products? I guess style my hair. But also what you do is you wash, condition your hair. You can just brush some jojoba oil through your hair or through the ends. That's really good for your hair too. But again, I'm going to go back to proper nutrition, proper sleep. All that stuff is very important. Of course, genetics matter, but making sure that you have good nutrition because that's what your body is producing. Skin, hair, and nails, all coming from your nutrition. It's all coming from your nutrition. Freddie, what's up, FC? How we doing, brah? On Rumble. Let's see here. Freddie Craven, Papa Swolio, took bread out of my diet for 90 plus days, ate it again, and all seems good. No weird issues that other food caused. All good to continue having it for myself. Is that a question or you? I don't know what kind of bread. Personally, I don't think you're getting any value from it that's worthwhile. I don't know what type of bread you're eating. And who knows? Maybe you just don't notice it yet. Look, there's certain foods out there, and it's up to you. There's certain foods out there that are going to cause you negative side effects, neutral, or might be really beneficial. And if you're like, I don't really notice anything bad, like, is it good? When I eat quality food, I feel energized. It lights me up. I feel great. And I just know personally, I don't miss it at all. I haven't eaten bread in a long time. And some people like to make sourdough bread or you do other things. But again, testing it, just because you don't have necessarily an immediate reaction doesn't mean it's not necessarily going to cause you skin issues or joint pain or bloating long term. It depends. Just keep in mind, I don't know how long you tested this for or how exactly you tested it, but just pay attention. And if you feel good, make the choices that are right for you. And if you feel fine or don't notice things, it's really your call. Personally, I just don't like the fact that all these grains and gluten, it's all sprayed with glyphosate and atrazine and all the other inflammatory properties, even in small quantities. It's just, I'm not getting, I don't see the value in it, and I don't miss it personally. Okay. And Carson says, wait, you guys go to the doctor? I thought it was a gym. The doctor's a gym, right? Celso or Kelso, Papa Swolio, what is the best solution to get in shape? Love handles, ? Well, what are you asking me? You can't spot reduce fat, but if you get on a quality nutrition protocol, like we talk about, animal-based meat and fruit, pretty much, maybe some specific aside from fruit, like maybe specific starches, quality organic white rice, with some butter, cooking in tallow and all these different things, you're going to lose fat, especially if you're in a slight deficit. You're going to lose fat and you're going to cut down on tremendous inflammation, but you can't target your love handles. So the best solution to get in shape, look, shameless plug, go to swolenormousx.com and download the 7 pillars, because that's going to give you all the insights and the foundations. And if any of those areas of the 7 pillars are lacking in your life, make sure you address that. I mean, recovery is so important for lowering cortisol levels, mindfulness, meditation, lowering stress, very important for fat storage and for chronically elevated cortisol. We talked about nutrition a lot today. Training is very important. Sleep's very important. All those things. And all the environmental toxins, which we can just talk about for hours. Elizabeth says, check the brand of bread and how much glyphosate was found in the wheat they used. It's disgusting how much has been found in most brands. Yeah. Look, knowledge is power, they say. But of course, you know, it's sometimes it's hard to swallow. And yeah, pun intended, because the more you know, you might feel restricted. Oh my God, all this stuff. This is bad. This is bad. I can't do this. You're not going to be perfect. You know, there's things in my environment, probably in this room that, you know, probably shouldn't be in terms of like what they're made out of, this rug probably. But it's hard to, you know, over time, you just got to do better and better. You know, you get some organic or linen shower curtains so you're not, you know, heating up this like decaying plastic and breathing it in and putting all over your body. You start looking for better shampoos or conditioners or laundry detergents. You ask questions, you read about it, you listen to podcasts, and you just over time just kind of stack. So you're not going to be perfect. I guess you can be quote unquote perfect. And I have no phthalates within 10 kilometers of where I live. But in other words, the more you know, you'll just make better choices. So don't get overwhelmed. And a lot of people will get overwhelmed. Be like, I'm not doing anything. There's so much stuff. You only live once. That's the lazy, brush it off attitude for people that don't want to actually, you know, go the road less traveled or put any effort in. Oh, well, you know, I'm just going to do whatever I want. Okay. These are the people that end up with diabetes and all these fucking problems because they don't fucking care. But you're going to care. And by the time you're like, oh shit, I should change it, it's too late. You already have the problems as a result of it. And it doesn't have to, your whole lifestyle doesn't have to be completely fucking different. But the more you learn, the more choices you're going to make that are different. You're going to make better choices over time. And I think it's important to do that. And just to not use it as an excuse. Well, there's so much. Oh, it's just once. Oh, I'll do it next time. I'll do it. No, do it. And understand that once you start buying certain products, that's all it is. And you just buy that. It's not complicated. Oh my God, I got to go to a different area in the supermarket and buy that instead. Oh, it's so overwhelming. No, just fucking buy that instead. Problem solved. Now just do that from now on. Next thing, right? Over time, just do better over time. Learn, give a shit when you care. You know, when you care, you'll make better choices. Super creepy. Oh shit, rain's coming down. Hopefully we don't lose power or anything like that. Papa Swolio, how to get swole without protein powder. Eat plenty of protein. Eat steak, beef, eggs, fish, chicken, turkey. That's how you get swole without protein powder. Eat food. You don't need protein powder. Gonna hit a Matt Damon. Not for you, but
that Hansel's so hot right now.
So hot right now. You don't need protein powder. You don't need it. It can be simple. It can be more effective right after a workout. Maybe you're not really hungry, but you get something in, or first thing in the morning. Use it as a supplement because it's a supplement. It's not a replacement. You know, it's not a replacement, but it can definitely make it easier to get in more protein. Nick Dodge, what is your favorite snack? Mama Swolio.
Great Scott!
Yes. JD Binook. Interesting. We'll take a couple more questions. We'll do a couple videos. So hit the like button, subscribe, share the show with your friends. Leave us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, streaming everywhere. Papa's blowing loads, left, right, center, everywhere. Everyone gets a load. You get a load, and you get a load, and you get a load. Everyone gets loads today. Do turmeric/ginger shots work? I don't know. Do they? Sounds disgusting. I've done in the past. I told you, I've tried a lot of things. I've done the wheatgrass shots. My God. If there is a place called hell, it's all you're doing is wheatgrass shots. That's all you're doing. I don't know if they work. It sounds like apple cider vinegar. People do things. People do all sorts of things. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times if it's a placebo effect, what's the difference? If you think it works, then it works. As long as it's not causing negative harm to you, if that's your thing, do it. I don't know if that's going to be bad for you. That's a difference, right? I don't know if they work. I definitely don't do them. I don't recommend doing them, but I don't know if they're negative. So if it's like a neutral thing, like, oh my God, it's gross or this, and in your head, you feel good about doing it, but it's not really causing any problems. It's like, all right. We all do a lot of things that aren't really good or bad. We're just kind of like neutral. Not everything has to like put you on the moon. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What I will say is that, and I'm not saying ginger is bad. I'm talking about the shots, like people drinking whatever the fuck, right? They juice it or something. So I'm not saying that using turmeric is bad for you. I'm not saying using ginger, but like a shot, like you're drinking it. Like, I don't know about that. You're putting it on something or you're mixing it with some stuff. But I will say that, look, the people that do this, what's the type of person that uses turmeric or ginger, right? If you're doing a turmeric shot or a ginger shot, you're a person that, whether or not it's actually good for your health, you're someone who obviously is doing that with the intent. You're not doing that for pleasure. You're doing that with the intent of doing well for your body. So a lot of people doing stuff like that, like this is why, even though, pre-workouts and stuff have a lot of artificial sweeteners and stuff that could be questionable, drinking black coffee is great, or an espresso, that's fine too if you need a boost. There's other things you can have in a pre-workout, like the raw ingredients, citrulline and agmatine, or, betaine or beta-alanine and stuff. That's fine. You can get the raw ingredients. It's like all the aspartame or sucralose and shit that they put in there. But the thing is, if you take your pre-workout, for example, if you do something like that, all right, I just had an espresso. Well, now you're going to the fucking gym because you just had that. So a lot of times people taking certain supplements actually gets them to the gym. It's like, I don't feel like going to the gym. Okay, they drink the pre-workout. Well, now I'm fucking going. I'm not going to drink that and just sit there and watch Netflix and just, right? It's like, fine. All right, that's going to shotgun me psychologically. All right, I drank that. I'm not going to waste it. I'm going. So, people that do this kind of stuff generally do other things to take care of their health. So it might just be a neutral thing, but I personally don't do it. I've tried the apple cider vinegar stuff, and it's like, if you don't care about your tooth enamel, give that a whirl. It's just, why? Ugh. But again, I'm not against apple cider vinegar. I just don't think you should be drinking it. You can use it as a facial toner, use it as a cleanser around the house. We use white vinegar all the time. White vinegar is great. We use it for cleaning shit. We use it for detergent. We use it for everything. We pour it down the drain. Use it for everything. It's great. Freddie Craven blowing up our shit. I like it. I like it, Freddie. Freddie in the house. Okay, Papa Soy, I know you're into the more Mike Mensner low volume, high intensity training. Curious to know when you'd agree with a more higher volume approach. I don't necessarily agree with, I'm not that low volume. Now, the thing is, Mike Mensner, he didn't really do one set. He did a lot of warm-up sets and stuff, and he didn't do that his entire career. But there's also the assumption, for example, let's say you're doing, like today I did an upper body workout. I did 2 sets for chest, 2 for back. I did 2 for middle delts. I did 2 for bis, 2 for tris. So it was that's a little bit more of a larger volume. I changed things here and there, so it's kind of like an upper lower split. But I think the issue is the perception that, let's say, a couple sets for a body part is low volume. I don't think that's correct. I think what people think of as normal volume is way too much. So what you really need to think about is like how intensely you're training. So higher volume approach, when I would agree. So I know what you're saying. And yes, in general, I agree more with what is generally perceived as low volume, even though that's been shown to be where you're getting the most stimulus and doing more than like, over time, whether or not you split up your volume into 2 workouts or to 2 sessions in a given time period, or you do them all in one. So generally like 4 to 6 sets for a body part in a given cycle. 4 to 8 maybe is probably like peak. And anything after 3, 4, 5 sets, you're just not getting the same kind of return. So the difference is how many sets do you need to maximize the stimulus and minimize the fatigue? Because if you do 15 sets, you might have done, like Freddie, you might have done, for example, 5 beast sets, but then the next 15 sets were just beating a dead horse, right? And then it's going to take you a lot longer to recover. You're going to be really fucking sore and banged up. So it wasn't really necessary to do the last 15. It's just kind of junk volume, right? So a higher volume approach is more beneficial, I would say, for beginners, people that aren't training as close to failure. And the closer you train to failure, the less volume you're going to need. And the heavier loads, and also the heavier load you use, the less to failure you need to go. Meaning you can leave a rep or 2 in the tank if you're doing such a heavy load that will get you the stimulus without the last couple reps, which would maximize the fatigue or minimize the fatigue if you leave off the last rep or 2. So generally you're getting about 5 stimulating reps per set. Why do 15 or 20 reps and take you 15 reps to get to the stimulating reps versus going heavier, doing 5, 6, or 7 reps and leaving 1 in the tank, minimizing fatigue, but getting maximum stimulus with heavier loads. So I would agree in general for people that are not going as close to failure, because if you're a beginner, you need to focus on form, your connective tissue. Tendons and ligaments don't have the seasoning, so to speak, and the growth and the development that's required for going super heavy. You're more likely to get injured if you're training to failure. If you're a beginner, you're going to cause much more damage and much more fatigue if you're new. But as you get older, and I wouldn't say necessarily as you get older, but as you get stronger and more seasoned, you're able to lift heavier. So now I'm able to lift so much heavier than I did 15 years ago. So the loads that I'm using versus someone who's a beginner is much greater, which is much more stress on my body. So I don't need the same type of volume for the stimulus because I'm going so much heavier. See what I'm saying? If you're doing 10 pounds, you might not be going as close to failure. Do a couple sets, you're learning, you're getting the coordination right. You look like a baby deer if you're brand new. But when you're a lot stronger, especially if you're a natural lifter, that's going to make a difference too, because if you're on anabolics, you're going to recover quicker between workouts. So you see these guys that are jacked and juiced out of their mind doing beast workouts, and they're doing it twice a week. You're like, how the fuck do they recover in time? Well, because they're injecting all this stuff right into their dick hole. That's why they're able to recover faster. So that allows them to recover faster. But that's why a lot of people that take juice, they have injuries too, because the muscle grows much faster than the tendons and ligaments, and you can have injuries because you're loading so much more than the body is able to adapt to. So there's other problems with that too. But if you're a natural lifter, as you get older, it takes longer to recover, but also the amount of load and the intensity in which I train. I can push to absolute failure, where I fail on the last rep, or I leave 0 in the tank and I'm going as hard as I can. I can push myself to that limit with a lot heavier load. I don't need to do 10 sets for quads. I'm fucked after 2. And I could do a little bit more, and this is individual. I'm going to end on this because I think it's a great question. Ending on the last part is when it gets to the point where, so let's say for a leg workout, I'll do 2 hamstring, usually 2 glute, 2 quad, but I'll do that twice a week. So I could do more. I could handle more. I could do 4 sets for quads. So for me, it's a constant battle because I still want to do more. I want to do more. But the difference is the amount of soreness that I would incur and the fatigue from doing 2 more. I would rather just do 2 sets, recover faster, and then hit it again in 3, 4 or 5 days. Usually, let's say if I'm doing, it would be in like 2 or 3 days, maybe 4 days. So I prefer to do a little bit more frequency lately. It's new. It's a generally newer approach. Do a little bit more frequency and do less volume. And I appreciate not being as crippling sore. I do see my numbers going up more quickly. I do see the progress. So objectively, I am seeing the same or even better growth and strength improvements. And I'm not like stiff. I don't need a cane. It doesn't ache to like move. Like I'll still be sore the next day and like stiff, but I'm not going to be to the point where I can't touch my quad for 3 days. And that kind of fatigue I don't like anymore. I'm not a fan of that kind of systemic and localized fatigue. That's a big problem. I used to do leg workouts where 7 days later, I'm just like, fucked. I just don't think that's that effective or necessary. It's way too much than I required. And it takes much longer to recover. And then being that fatigued from a leg workout like that, it's going to negatively affect my ability to train my chest or train my back or make improvements there. Because if I'm systemically blasted from doing way too much volume and way too much fatigue on a leg workout, that's going to negatively affect my body's ability to build muscle in my chest, because it's a system. It's not like my legs are disconnected from my body. So that's what people don't understand. And I'm constantly, and this is important. Look, this is over 20 years of experience. Every single time I train, I am holding myself back. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but a successful workout to me is when I look at that, I'm like, I feel like doing more and I don't, which is a good sign. If I feel like doing more, or like I feel like training the next day, but with my schedule, no, I want to wait. It kind of makes me antsy, but I think that's better. If like, okay, I did 2 sets, like, oh, I could do 2 more. I could do 4 today. But that's when you start getting into that more is better mindset. It's like, well, I could just do a couple more. I could just do 3 sets today or 4 sets. And then, okay, I stick to my schedule, but then I might feel fine for the first week with that extra 3rd set or 4th set. And it might be fine for the next week after that. But then on week 3, I'm starting to drag. My numbers aren't going up. I just feel a little bit drained. And I don't know why. It's because with the schedule and the structure I had, I increased the volume, and it doesn't necessarily wipe you out the first couple days. It might take a week or so, and then you just feel worn down. Your numbers aren't going up and you feel like, a little sluggish. Yeah, because you've been overtraining based on that structure. So I always tried to hold back and be like, if I feel like doing a little bit more, that's a good place to stop. Or that shows me, okay, good. That means I'm in a good positive state of mind, physically, mentally. And if I feel like I could do more, that's usually a good sign that no, it's just gonna be a couple days and then I can smash it again and go even harder and make progress. If you see those numbers going up, it's a rewiring. It's a rewiring and getting your head out of the mindset of I have to be crippled sore to the point where like I touch my muscles. And yeah, it's nice to have that soreness. I mean, you get that feeling where like, oh, my biceps are so sore. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're building muscle. Are you getting stronger? Are you getting stronger? That's what's important. You're going to build muscle. Are you eating enough food? Are you recovering enough? Are you adding on that rep strength over time? And it's hard because the compulsion is to do more. Well, if I do more, I'm going to get more. That's not how it works. You want to create the stimulus, expose your body to the stimulus, and then recover, which is why lately I've been enjoying doing less volume in a workout, but training that twice within like a 7 or 8 day period. Rather than I could do for chest, I could do 4 or 6 sets. I did that for a while. And I have to remember that's why I changed, because I felt a little stale with that. I felt a little extra fatigue. I didn't feel the same type of progress. So it's doing 4 sets in one workout versus 2 sets in 2 separate workouts. And in my opinion, and just hear me out here, right? Let's say, and this is the way I think, this is the way I've been like kind of reasoning it. Let's say you're going to do 2 exercises, 2 sets each. Let's say you're going to do an incline chest press and then a pec deck. Okay. Let's say, forget all the other body parts. Let's say I'm going to do that once a week, right? Full out, 100%, high intensity, 4 sets. Would it be better? Because if I do 2 sets of incline to my limit, I'm already fatigued. I'm more fatigued when I do the pec deck versus if I did the pec deck first, right? Objectively, my 3rd and 4th set of whatever exercise I'm going to do, I'm going to be more fatigued than if I start with that. Wouldn't it be better to do the incline press 2 sets on Monday, and then on Thursday or Friday, do 2 sets of the pec deck all out? Well, I'm getting 100% fresh on the incline press Monday, and then on Thursday or Friday, I'm getting 100% fresh with the pec deck with 2 sets. Aren't you going to get more out of those 2 sets and 2 sets if you separate them and do them both, quote unquote, first in the workout rather than one after the other on a Monday? I'm just saying it's a different way to think about it, because objectively, whichever exercise and set you choose first, you're going to be stronger. You're going to be able to go harder because that's the first thing when you're fresh. So in my opinion, your goal or my goal is to be fresh whenever I train and then just cycle the exercises every 2 sessions and just kind of, boom, like a little shock or the stimulus, but do less of it, but go super hard. Because the thing that I want to do, I don't want to tone down the training. I want my intensity to be high, leaving 0 reps or like 1 rep in the tank. So I'm training hard. I'm not changing how I'm training. I'm going to train hard. I'm going heavy, low reps, heavy weight, 5 to 8 reps around. So if I'm training like that, what structure works best? How am I recovering? And the rest periods, or when I train the body parts, are really going to depend on how I recover. If I need 3 days between or 4 days between, I'll do that. And I'll end on this. I was doing 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. And then if I ever felt like it, I would take 2 days off. Now I decided, rather than do upper body, lower body, rest, and maybe 1 or 2 days rest, and then upper body, lower body. So that would take me through Friday or Saturday, and then repeat or whatever. If I just do every other day, I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, it just expands that until 1 more day. It doesn't matter what day you start. It doesn't have to be a Monday, because life is linear. It's not cyclical. You don't just restart on a Monday. So if I just do every other day, I've noticed that I start to have this kind of, I'm ready to go. I could do another day today. I could do back to back. So I have that, I start feeling like I want to do more and that I could do more. And for me, that's a sign that I'm recovering plenty and ready to fucking go. So stick to the schedule, stick to the plan, and then crush it that next day. Because if I was doing the 2 days on, 1 days off, 2 days on, I would start to have to take another day off and kind of feel like I'm dragging. So this gives me a little bit of a pivot. I could do 2 days back to back, but you have to learn how you adjust and how you can on the fly adjust your schedule based on how you feel. And you have to start learning how you catch that shit before it really wears you down. And then you're blasted and you really get an injury or you feel wiped out. Last question in closing here. I went really long on that. That's what she said, but you guys like it, right?
Because
feel stretched out? Yeah, you do. Carson, Papa Swolio, do you have specific goals around training, or do you follow the plan and just try to do more than last time? More in the sense of more weight. So that's my goal. What other goal is there, right? Hypertrophy, build muscle, but yeah, I want to get that extra rep. So if I did 300 pounds for 8 reps, I want to do either 300 pounds for 9 reps, or I want to do 310 for 8, that kind of thing. So usually what I do is, depending on the movement, once my reps start getting to like the 8 or 9 range, I'll increase the weight and then drop it down to like 5 or 6 again. So that's what I'll do. And if I do 2 sets, I just try to match on the second set. So if I have a chest press machine, I put 300 pounds on it on the stack, full stack today, and I did 8 reps, rested like 5 minutes or so. And my goal was to hit 8 reps again. I think I got 6 or 7. So usually if you get the same amount of reps, like the second set, that's a good sign. Like, okay, you can, increase the weight a little bit. And then the next time, let's say I put like a gym pin in there, put like a 5 or 10 pound on there. Maybe I'll get 5, 6 reps or something like that. And then you try to get 6 or 7. And then you try to get 8, and then maybe I'll put on another 5 kind of thing. So that's my approach.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
That was good.
That's deep.
That was really deep. That was really good. I appreciate it. I wonder if like people are watching, because sometimes I'll go off and then I don't see any comments, but I guess people are locked in. You're locked in listening. So that's good. That's good. So I want to make sure that that everyone just like go to the bathroom and just kind of like, it's boring, but you're still here. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Aww. I appreciate you. Stop looking at me. Go check out the Tainty Man. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. But he's turned her. He's not it. What do you think, church? Oh, now this is what I have to deal with. So when I look down, when I'm doing the show and I look over here, this is what I see. That's what I see. So I'm doing the show and I look down to the left and I see this. Yeah. How can I focus? How can I focus when I see Pinkston Churchill right here? I know, baby girl. You ready to go balls deep? Want to go balls deep? Yeah? All right, fam. Hashtag too swole to care. Drop that in the comments. Hashtag too swole to care. Why would you care if you have this card? You're too swole. You don't need to worry about other people's issues. So too swole to care. Drop in the comments. Let's get into let's get into some shit, because it's out there. Pick a number, 1, 2, or 3, fam. 1, 2, or 3. I'm gonna try to stay on YouTube, fam. I'm gonna try to stay on YouTube. Gonna try to say things that don't upset the commies. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. But by the way, if we're not on YouTube, we're on Rumble. So make sure you follow. Follow everywhere. That was nice. Very nice.
I got hairy legs.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Grandpa Brandon. All right. The great Dr. Delta picking number 2. This one is called Fat Phobia. Fat Phobia. The great Aaron, to the corner, please. To the corner. I need to get an image of the corner. It's gonna be like a dungeon with like one of those spiky things that go up your butt.
Sometimes we think about fat phobia just like, even the word phobia means like fear of fatness, right? And so people are like, I'm not scared of fatness, or I'm not scared of fat people. Or
That's right. That's right. Words have meanings, and prefixes and suffixes have meanings. Oh, that's right. You changed the meanings. That's right. The revisionist shit. I remember. That's right. Continue. Don't let me interrupt your spiel.
X, Y, and Z, but it's like not just a fear of, it's just like how we are conditioned to believe that it's bad to be in a bigger body, that it is bad to be fat. Like even when someone says, like, even this idea of like, do I look fat, right? Which is a terrible question. No one should ever ask that question. But even that, when you're saying that, it's like because you believe there's something wrong with being fat, right?
There is something wrong with being fat. Now, what this person doesn't understand is that you can use language in different ways. So you can say the word fuck, or you can say the word, different things 10, 15 different ways, and it means 10 to 15 different things. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I feel fat. We know what that means. It doesn't mean like, oh, I feel like morbidly obese. No, your stomach is distended because you probably ate garbage. So you have bloating, and you feel distended because your body is trying to attack the invading vegetable oils and seed oils in your stomach. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm morbidly obese. Oh my God, my body fat percentage is so high. No, I feel like someone who's morbidly obese. It's a phrase, and it is because being fat is bad. I'm so tired of this bigger body bullshit. You're not in a bigger body. You're fat. Your habits are the reason why you're fat. You look the way you do because of your habits. Unpopular opinion with leftists, I know, but it's just true. You are the product of your habits. You are. If you make bad financial decisions, you're going to be broke. That's because you have bad habits with money. Okay.
And like, you don't want to look that way. So it is beyond just like fear of, it's like this idea that there's something inherently wrong with being in a bigger body, that again, it means you're lazy, you're undisciplined, or you don't eat well, you don't take care of yourself, or you don't.
I'm pausing it again. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I'm not saying you don't try. I'm not saying you have a terrible personality. I'm not saying you're evil, but you're not in a bigger body. Habits have consequences. Actions have consequences. Don't tell me you're doing everything right and you're actually doing everything perfectly and you just, oh, if I just look at food, I gain weight. No, it's because you look at it and then you stuff as much of it as possible in your face.
Care about yourself, or you don't exercise, like all these things. And even when
not properly,
you can, like, separate those and realize like that thinking is problematic, I also talk about fat phobia in the way of like,
pause it again. The thinking is problematic. It's always got to be the thought police. They have to attack where you think. They have to change your freaking brain. It's how you think. Your thought process is wrong. No, go to the fucking gym, eat steak. A lot of people exercise and they make no progress. You know why? Because they're doing it wrong. They go to the gym. Cool. They go to the gym. They sit in the sauna and they watch TV while they drink a Jamba Juice. A lot of people go to the gym. How many people look great at the gym? If you want to look at people that are in great shape, you go to the gym most likely. But I'm saying a lot of people there don't look like they go to the gym, or they do the same thing every day and they make no progress. So just because you, quote, eat clean or eat healthy, what does that even mean? It's usually garbage, right? Protein bars and all these different cleanses and stuff like that. Exercise, not all exercise is equal. You need to build muscle. How do you build muscle? Progressive overload. What's one thing that women don't like to do? I'm not saying swole sluts out there, but lift fucking weights. You see these videos I post on Instagram. It's people bouncing and jumping, anything but lifting heavy fucking weights, right? These flying through the air, elastic bungee cord classes. Like, Jesus, lift heavy weights. It's boring. You're doing the same thing over and over again. Then you're adding a little bit and adding a little bit. Do you want to build muscle and have a better metabolism and improve your hormones and look better and have that booty that you always want? Do you want that really? Then do the things that get you there.
It's one thing to say, I don't think those things about people in larger bodies. It's another thing to say, like, if I woke up tomorrow in a large body, would I be okay with it?
This is retarded. Okay. If I woke up tomorrow in a larger body, would I be okay with it? No. No. Instead of Freaky Friday, be Fat Friday. No. What? No, I wouldn't be. But I also that wouldn't happen. If I just woke up tomorrow in a larger body, would I be okay with it? Fuck no, I wouldn't be okay with it. Where'd my body go? What sorcery is this? Why would anyone be okay with it? I don't think I would be okay if I woke up tomorrow and I was like twice as muscular. I'd be like, I would barely be able to move. I'd be like, what the fuck happened? That'd be a concern if I woke up in a different body. That'd be a problem. That'd be a problem. No, I wouldn't be okay with it. But guess what? It doesn't happen like that. So this is one of those hypothetical, stupid fucking things that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't happen like that. You don't get fat overnight. You just don't. Ah, this is so dumb.
It's another thing to say, like, if I woke up tomorrow in a large body, would I be okay with
No.
it? And when we start to think down that line of thinking, that's when you really start to understand what's really at the core of what you think about larger bodies, right?
No. You start thinking about these imaginary, I don't know, make-believe mystical situations, and then it starts to really get to the core of it. No, it doesn't. It just makes your argument sound stupid and meaningless, because it is. 5 seconds.
Because it's a different to be like, what if I was in that body? Would I be okay with it? Versus like, I think it's okay for other people.
I don't even understand how it ended.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard.
This soundboard button is breaking on this
At
show.
no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
See, it's when we go down that line of thinking that we really start to understand. Like, it's not okay for me, but it's okay for other people. No, it's not okay for anyone. It's not okay for anyone. People eat like crap. They don't exercise. They don't eat properly. They don't exercise properly. Again, properly. You go to the gym, you go exercise. Okay, you just go running all the time. I wonder why you're not happy with your body, because you're skinny fat now. You have a runner's body. Pass. Hard fucking pass. You can go running, lift some weights too, build muscle. It's going to be better for your metabolism. It's better for your hormone function. It's better for your bone density. It's better for everything. And then go and do other activities that you enjoy too. But lift weights. And yes, it's repetitive. It's called reps for a reason. Fucking dumbass. People do anything but put in the fucking work. It's always got to be entertainment. It's got to be Zumba. It's got to be something that's, ooh, this is so fun. It's so exciting. This class is so exciting. Jesus Christ. That's why you don't have results. That's why you look the same. That's why all the fat people are doing group exercise classes, because they're fucking doing group exercise classes.
Well, I'll be damned.
Okay. We good? Okay. Thanks, Dr. Delta. Thanks, bruh. Okay. Let's do another one, because how could it get much worse? Oh. I was about to say, how could it get much worse than I saw this mug? Oh, no. Can we skip these, fam? Can we skip these two? Two repeat offenders. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Donald? You mean Howard? Oh, he's right here. It's coming out. I don't want to do it. Elizabeth says number 1. Fuck you. Ah. God damn. Good damn. Damn. All right, let me read the post because it's on TikTok, so it's a response. Let me read the question because this initial frame is horrifying. The person says, she isn't talking about danger. She is mad she needs to pay for a second seat. Oh, this kind of shit. Either she buys 2 seats or the company or the plane company loses money. All right, so we're going to defend the fact that you should be getting free stuff for nothing, but McCommonism. Okay, here we go.
As a short, mid-fat woman, I don't need a second seat.
Pause. Pause.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
A short, mid-fat woman. I can't even get 4 seconds into a video. I can't even get 4 seconds into a video. A short, mid-fat, a mid-fat. Oh God, that's fucking. This is the frame I was looking at. This is the thumbnail when I had in my folder. Okay. Let's do it.
God damn it, I don't know what it is about
Rally.
your face.
Rally.
I want to deliver one of these, right?
We need rally hat. We need like.
Is there anything
I need rally. I need a
work
rally
on that?
cap.
So you
not
wouldn't-
really. It's your face.
I need a rally cap. Rally. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Swole fam. 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 Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
As a short, mid-fat woman, I don't need a second seat on an airplane. I fit in the seat, even though they are ridiculously small. But most planes, unless they have been updated in the last few years, do not carry seatbelts that are big enough to go around my body. Which is kind of ridiculous and means that the people who designed those seatbelts were considering me and people with a body like mine when they designed this safety feature.
All right. So if you don't know, man, when were most airplanes made? Like even the ones that are flying now, isn't it like most of them are like 80s, 90s? Like they fly these same fucking planes for a long time. Like these big, like a long time. I know some of them are newer, but like they just refit them and they change them and they update them. But like these planes are fucking expensive, right? So a plane that flies in a certain way 15, 20 years ago, 30, it's going to fly today as long as you maintain it, right? It's going to keep flying. It's going to do the thing. Didn't make it for me. It didn't make it for this. Well, people didn't used to be this fucking fat. So yeah, it's the food. Yeah, it's the phthalates. Yeah, it's all these different things. But how come there are people that are not fat? Because you have choices and you make terrible choices. So you are fat because of your choices. The people that made the plane, they didn't make the plane for me. They didn't make the plane for me and for bodies like mine. For bodies like yours? You mean a human being? No, they make them for people. And I will tell you, planes are not comfortable. You know why? Because they have to fly you through the fucking sky in a tube. They're flying you magically through the sky. So it's not about comfort, really. It's about somehow trying to make or squeak out some sort of a profit. When they designed this feature. Oh my God. They don't make it for a body like mine. If you need a seatbelt extender, you are fat as fuck. Or you're just a huge person, like you're just jacked. Like you are just a bodybuilder. I bet you some pro bodybuilders need a seatbelt extender. They're like 250, 260 or something like that. Or they're like 6'1". Like, yeah, some dude, but they're not complaining. Oh, I need a seatbelt extender. I don't fit well. Yeah, no shit. If Thor Bjornsson goes on a plane, he ain't going to fit well. But he's not bitching and moaning about it. You get used to it. But he didn't choose that. You're choosing your fatness. And again, if I get on a plane, and I'm not saying I'm the most muscular person in the world by any means, but if I get on a plane and it's tight because I lift weights and stuff, I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, I can barely fit into a fucking seat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If I put on a shirt that I used to wear all the time and it's tight, I'm like, fuck yeah. I go into Mama Swolio's office. I'm like, yeah, look at this, babe. I could barely fit in the fucking shirt. Look at the fucking jeans. And I leave and she's like, Jesus Christ. I get excited. It's my choice. I built muscle, so maybe I might be uncomfortable. Okay, my problem. My choice, what I did.
They designed this safety feature. That is the problem of fat phobia. But I also want to address the idea of people who need to buy 2 seats on an airplane. No one should have to pay double in order to be accommodated.
Lies. Let's just say you want to travel with 6 people. You're going to have to rent a cargo van, or you're going to have to buy 6 seats. You want to bring more shit on a plane, more people on a plane, more flesh on a plane, then you got to pay for more space, right? How many of you have a truck, right? You go shopping for a car, used car or whatnot. Let's say for a given year, whatever, let's say new cars, a truck's going to be more expensive. Why? More powerful, more features, can haul, can tow, 4-wheel drive, bigger parts, more metal, whatever it is. Yeah, you're paying for torque, you're paying for horsepower, you're paying for, the size of the vehicle, right? This is why bigger trucks or bigger cars cost more money, because there's more shit in the car. There's more materials. It's made for different purposes. If you have 6 kids and a massive family, you don't buy a sedan. You're not going to fit everyone. You get a minivan, or you get a Suburban, or you get I don't know what the fuck. You get a Astro van or some shit. It's going to cost you more money because it's a bigger vehicle. It's going to need a bigger engine and more torque and shit to be able to move more mass. You don't have like a big truck. That's why they make them with 6 cylinders or 8 cylinders or more, or turbo diesel and all this different shit, because you got to move all that, or you're pulling a boat or a trailer. You're dragging shit. More expensive. Okay. No one should have to pay. What does that mean? This isn't a human rights issue. No one should have to pay, but they do. And because it's something that you can control, you need to. You need to. If I want to be more comfortable in an airplane seat, I got to upgrade to first class or business or whatever if I want more leg room and ass room. Either I do it or I don't. And if I don't, I shut the fuck up and like, oh, the seat's uncomfortable. I might be like, yeah, this is fucking tight. But hey, I'm flying through space in order to get to a destination a fraction of the time. I don't have to get on the Oregon Trail if I want to go somewhere. I can hop on a plane and be there in 2 or 3 hours. It's magic. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Should have to pay double in order to be accommodated. Airlines have decided to...
Vocal fry makes me want to stab myself in the dick. No one had to be accommodated. All right, play it again. Oh my God, my ears.
In order to be accommodated. Airlines have decided to make seats that small so that they can increase their profits.
Do airlines even make profits? And they're subsidized by the government? Like, do they even, yes, they need to make a profit. Again, bigger seats, you're going to pay, this person's going to complain about $300 seats then too. Oh my God, it's so expensive. It's the patriarchy. It's my capitalism. Why is everything so expensive? Well, you decrease the seats by 50%. So each one's going to cost double. There you have it.
They should be the ones eating the cost when their gamble doesn't pay off. What? We do not need to be defending the profits of mega corporations.
Yes, we do. Capitalism. Corporation has a right to make a profit. If they create a good product that people want, they make the profit. They're creating jobs, resources, and they're providing value to society. About my capitalism. As she records this on a fucking iPhone, right?
Profits made at the expense of treating people like people, not cattle.
Airlines don't treat people like cattle. I mean, I guess you can make the argument like, single file down the line, to the slaughterhouse. Like, all right, I guess there's some similarities, but these companies are under no obligation to fly you through the sky. The eyes, Chico, indeed. Where's my,
The eyes, Chico. They never lie.
You know what she looks like? And this is the last thing I'm going to say about this, thing. And she looks like the episode from Seinfeld where they have no shower pressure, the shower head. She's the one that they use to bathe elephants for, right? Kramer's just blast them. The Commando, was it the Commando 8000 or something like that? And no, that's for circus animals. He's like, yeah, I want that. I want power. I want power. They treat us like cattle. Well, if you look, they treat us like cattle. You just called yourself a mid-fat, like you're a minivan. You're as big as a cow. So
I've contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves! Begone, vile man! Begone from me!
these soundboards help me get out my rage.
Are there any women here today?
All right. We went super long, super deep. I know you guys are completely stretched out and we're just rubbing raw now, but let's just do one more because we have one more in the folder. This one's called Obese. I wish I could tell you it gets better. It doesn't.
Cause she returns. Obese back with another video. I don't know why it's in my folder, but you guys get to listen to it. Obese? Yeah.
That was an accurate representation, you'll see.
Why do some
Told
fat
you.
people hate being called obese?
I
Well,
told
the
you.
answer to that is that sometimes the word obese or obesity medicalizes fat bodies, sometimes in the absence of any actual medical problem. The word obesity comes from the BMI, but the BMI, or body mass index, is a weak and oftentimes inaccurate predictor of both present and future health.
Does BMI like predict future health? No, it tells you how fat you are. And really what it does is it just takes your height and your weight. But if you don't exercise and your weight is way too much, it's because you're fat. So for me, BMI, if I do my BMI, I'm going to be obese or severely obese. And I actually hope it says severely obese. Like if I do my BMI, I'm going to be like, please be severely obese, please. Because that means I'm fucking jerked. That's all it does, height and weight. But if you don't exercise, that's pretty damn accurate, isn't it? Let me do it right now. Let's do it. Who wants to do it? Should we do it? Should we do BMI? I'm going to pause you right there, champ. No one cares anyway. Or you might not even go back to it. Who the fuck? Who the fuck cares? Let's do BMI calculator. Let me just do the dum. I don't even know what my height is really. Age. I'll do 41. Let's do that. Weight. Put a 6'7". Let's do weight. I'm at 221 approximately. Where's my BMI? Oh, no. Nuts. Nuts and sacks. I'm obese class 1. Fuck. Damn. I was hoping it would just be off the charts. Okay. So for example, we'll go back to that video in a second. So for example, I just did my BMI, approximately, height and weight and age. It says ages, choose something from 2 to 120. So I don't know how many 115-year-olds care about their BMI. If you're still alive, who fucking cares? 2-year-old. What's my 2-year-old's BMI? That's creepy. Okay, so my BMI right now approximately is 31.7. Let's say 32. So I'm obese class 1. Class 1, baby. Daddy's obese. I am obese. I am a beast.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
So if I'm 32 and I'm considered obese, it's like, oh my God, my BMI, I'm obese. Obviously, I'm not obese. I have muscle mass. So it's only accurate for people that are just don't do anything, like an average person that sits on their ass. All right. Plug your ear holes. We're going to like, what was this one? Choose file. Ooh, I don't know where the video went. Is it gone? Do we have to finish it? Let me see. Ah! Good God. How did... Ugh, it's scary.
Why do some fat people hate being... Sometimes the word obese or obesity medicalizes fat bodies, sometimes in the absence of any actual medical problem.
Just because you're not currently dead doesn't mean that you're not heading down that path. If you're obese, oh, you're heading there. You're on your way. People act like, oh, I ate a cheeseburger and now I have diabetes. It doesn't happen like that. Oh, I have terrible habits for 4 decades. Yeah. Good luck unwinding that shit.
The word obesity comes from the BMI, but the BMI, or body mass index, is a weak and oftentimes inaccurate predictor of both present and future health.
thank you. Again, if you have muscle mass like myself, well, thank you, you are obese. Fuck yeah. I'm stoked that I'm obese. I'm trying, I'm going class 2. Papa's going class 2. I'm class 1. I'm excited, but deep down, I'm kind of like, I want to be in that red zone. All right. Obese class 1. So this is where I'm at. All right. There we go. This is your boy. This is my number right here. This isn't from the video. That's me. I'm right there. This is me. Papa, so I'm in the orange zone. I'm in the orange zone. I think I can do it. I got to check out the numbers and see what would get me into that 35 spot. I want red zone. I want to red line this bitch. This is positive for me. This is a good thing. This is good news because I look at the room I have to grow. Look at that. I could be 35, but I'm not. The question is why? I'm going to go smash some yogurt, some kefir. I need to lift heavier. It's leg day, baby. It's time to crush. It's time to smash. On the road to 35. Road to 35. Let's go. Let's go. Okay.
When fat bodies are medicalized, it encourages doctors and other healthcare professionals to attribute all maladies of the body to a person's weight.
Wow.
After all, if fatness itself is the disease, then everything must be a result of fatness.
This is not an argument. This is not an argument. I don't know if you call it a straw man or a shit man. It's not an argument.
Oh my God, if you're obese and fatness is bad, then everything is a result of the fatness.
Obesity is a disease. It's a product of your terrible habits. So again, it's like, oh my God, everything don't tell me just to lose weight because, it's like chicken or the egg. Well, your habits led you to be obese and have all these other health problems. In other words, the vernacular lose weight, well, weight loss is just a surface level. That doesn't change the problem. Saying weight loss, hey, whatever, in other words, the doctor, I'm just going to translate because doctors don't know about exercise. If you are fat as fuck, you're morbidly obese, and you go there and it's like, well, this is unrelated. I have this. I'm obese, and they're saying you have to lose weight. And you're like, but you're not even thinking about the issue. No. This is what the doctor's saying. Let me translate. Whatever you've been doing to get this fucking fat, do the opposite so everything else goes back to where it should be. That's what the doctor's saying. Okay? Obesity does lead to problems because obesity, all the fat in your body, it does send hormonal signals to your body. Like it is terrible for you. It's harder on everything. It's terrible for your body. Give me a fucking break. But that's what the doctor is saying. The doctor is saying, oh my God, your habits led you to be morbidly obese. Do the opposite. It's like, they're just telling me to lose weight. They didn't look at my tumor or whatever. They can't see the fucking tumor because everything looks like your whole body is a tumor. Like that's the point. The doctor doesn't maybe know how to articulate proper strength training and stuff like that. It's a whole other issue. But in other words, don't do the fat shit. Stop doing the things that led you to be like this. Okay, believe it or not, there's 15 seconds left.
This can oftentimes lead to medical discrimination, and when fat people observe that they are discriminated against in medical settings, it can cause them to avoid going to the doctor, which can cause them to not be diagnosed with illnesses as soon as they should be.
What do you notice about all this? It's the doctor's fault. If the doctor talks about losing weight, then they might not get actually diagnosed, and people are not going to go to the doctor because if you're not going to the doctor because the doctor is just going to tell you, you got to change your habits because you're morbidly obese and you don't change your fucking habits. I'm not going to go to the doctor because the doctor's just going to tell me to stop doing all the things that make me fat. So maybe you should stop doing the things that make you fat. Like this is like class A retardation. That's what this is. It's like, that's not even like,
it's all bullshit. All of it. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Class A. It's like top shelf stupidity. So you're blaming the doctors for pointing out you're pointing out the obvious. You don't need to go to the doctor Oh, you can't fit into a chair? You can't fit into clothes? You can't fit through a doorway without moving sideways? Oh my God. Look, it's not the doctor's fault. The doctor's making a standard observation. Wow, you are so big you can't even sit on the butcher block with the butcher paper on it, right? As Seinfeld put it, right? Like the weird doctor's stirrup table. You can't even fit on there. You can't get up on there. You're too obese. That's a problem. We need to change your habits. Well, I'm not going to go to the doctor because they're just going to talk about my weight. Then you should probably do something about that. Should probably do something about that. Imagine blaming the doctors for you being fat. Imagine blaming the doctors for trying to give you some advice that you probably should do. If you know this already, then yeah, take care of yourself. Then you won't have to worry about that. Remember those cards they were making where you hand them to the doctor? Well, if you have these cards, you hand them to the doctor, and then the doctor is not going to weigh you because you're so embarrassed about your fatness, you don't want to even know. You don't want anyone to talk about your weight. Well, then we're done here. Man, if I was a doctor, I'd be like, I am not serving this person. What a terrible patient. I guess that you'll have that patient for life because they're going to be sick for life. So I guess that's a big cash cow, literally and figuratively. But absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. If you take care of your health, you're not going to have to go to the doctor, as often, hopefully. All right. Let's do a throwback, and then we're giving away today's Swole card. Today's Swole card is, of course, Too Swole to Care.
Hi, puppy.
Drop that in the comments. We'll give that away at the end of the episode. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the like button, share this show with your friends, subscribe, all that stuff. You're watching on Rumble, YouTube, X, and make sure you leave a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and check all the links below for Join the Swole Fam over at swolenormousx.com. Brand new shirt. I wouldn't say brand new. We released it, a couple weeks ago. We have the I Am a Barbell Girl, but we have a brand new Barbie text design, Go to the Fucking Gym, in the same font. So go and check that out. Specials going on for America season, 20% off, new releases, and America merch over at papaswolio.com. So go and check it out. So throwback. Let's do a throwback, shall we? Let's do it. Where's my throwback button? There it is. There it is. There it is. Let's see a throwback. But my racism. What's this? Let's do this one. This one looks horrible.
Do not.
Don't tell me what.
Do not
Don't tell me what to do.
take dieting advice from someone currently on a diet.
Why the fuck not?
I was one of those evangelists giving advice, solicited and unsolicited.
Oh, slow down.
Fam, there is such a thing as decaf.
Because I did it successfully multiple times.
Did she just say she successfully lost weight multiple times?
What the fuck?
That sounds like repeated failure to me.
There's a lot of research on the detrimental effects of yo-yo dieting.
Oh my God, there's detrimental effects of doing something stupid? Oh my God.
There's a stronger likelihood than not that a lifetime of dieting will land you in the body that you have been fighting to avoid.
And to get hot, I got hairy legs.
What?
That you have been taught to fear. And you will have spent years fighting yourself and your own set point instead of tackling the fear. That work is in here.
That work is in here. Yeah, exactly where the Twinkies are going. The work is in here. Yeah, it's right here. Nice.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? All right, Swole card time. That was nice. That was nice. All right, fam. Let's see. Tomorrow is 2961, and after the Friday stream, we do have an overtime segment. No new DWG, but we're going to do extra throwback, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll probably get into some news and some current events. So tomorrow's overtime is going to be lit as always, but just a heads up for that. So that's going to go live at the end of tomorrow's episode. swolenormousx.com. Join the fam if you are not yet a member. Get access to all the training content and so much more. Let's see. Too Swole to Care. Swole card. Check. Tainty man. Check. Licking his dick. Good man. Lick that taint, big boy. And let's see what we got here. Falcon. Thank you. And where is it? Music. Yeah. Yeah. Too swole to care. Too swole to care. Drumbo. Miss scrolling here, miss. We get a winner. We do get a winner. Scroll. Elizabeth T. Elizabeth, congratulations.
Congratulations!
We do have a winner. Fantastic. At the buzzer. Almost started the music again. Elizabeth, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, swole card 2960. In the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email, and we'll send you today's swole card. But wait, oh my goodness, we do a special occasion, a little piano cock today. We usually don't, but what the hell, we went deep. Extra fancy. It's been a while. You guys deserve it. You all deserve a little PC today. A little, you deserve it. See, it's gotta be special. Once in a while. You can't just be slinging it everywhere. You gotta create that desire. You gotta create the demand. This is the problem. I'm teaching you economics of the piano cock. It's supply and demand. You pull back the supply when the demand is, you gotta yo-yo it. What up? We'll take some soundboard requests. Drop in the comments.
No need to stop being a lady. Quit worrying. You'll be back on your knees in no time.
Everyone misses it.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here.
I still got it. You still got it. You still got it.
I'm your huckleberry.
If you don't know, you're finding out right now. Daddy's home.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
Oh, it's nice. It's a thirsty Thursday. Go have a protein shake.
Lieutenant Dan. There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
Aw, Pinkston Churchill, everyone. Ooh, I don't work with the males. Good one.
I don't work with the males because I used to be one.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
I'm absolutely drunk.
Don't look at it. Coast to coast. Okay, don't look. Don't look. Hold on. Don't look. Don't look. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. We're a family-friendly show here. Family-friendly. Can't let her see the hog. All right, my wrist, cranking that thing up. It's been a while. Like my tendonitis, it's better, but yeah, I definitely understand. See, it's a lot, fam. It's a lot slinging that thing around. Can we get more Ron Swanson soundboards? We can.
Donnie, you're out of your element.
Need to do another batch of soundboards. So, thank you so much for being here. Again, all those links down below. I know we're back on the YouTubes. We're back on Rumble. We're everywhere again. How long we're going to be back on YouTube we'll see how it goes. probably going to be rough because we're in election season, so might not last too long, but we're everywhere, so make sure you subscribe where you want to. And if you're wondering where the show is, if you don't see it on YouTube, make sure you follow on Rumble as well. And thanks for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow for 2960 Schwam. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh, 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 oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
that's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in